Here from the official home of unofficial Grateful Dead and music news, reporting on night, I don't even fucking know anymore, of Dead & Company summer tour. The band's jamming out in Oregon and they're delivering tonight. Tonight, Dead & Company, best show ever in the history of the universe. Nothing's ever been better ever. A+, 10 out of 10, maybe 11 out of 10. Listen, just pump the fucking brakes on all that. And stop sending me messages during the show. Listen, during the show, you don't gotta send me messages. The shut the fuck up principle still applies, even if it's a text or a Facebook message. When the band's playing, you don't gotta write to me and tell me this is the best thing ever. I don't require those messages. When the band's playing, please shut the fuck up. So anyway, this one we get started right away. Deal. We're not going to ease into it. We're going to get right to it. Deal kicks things off, and it's a groovy Deal. It's that Deal's been finding different places in the rotation. I thought it was just fine as an opener. We get Me and My Uncle next. I used to break Mickey's balls on Me and My Uncle, but I got to admit, I miss him playing the fucking loafers on that song. I don't know if maybe he didn't travel with the shoes this tour or whatever, but I miss Mickey on the fucking loafers during Me and My Uncle. Haven't seen that. They got through Me and My Uncle just fine. Here Comes Sunshine's next. I'm going to tell you something about Here Comes Sunshine. You know, there's a lot of special things at this show. Number one, you're in Oregon. You're going to have a lot of OG Dead family there. There's some Garcia blood in the house. And nobody's going to try to get too fucking cute on anything with Garcia blood in the house. And the Here Comes Sunshine, Mayer sang the whole damn thing in his natural voice. Didn't really reach for too much falsetto at all night long. And I think because of it, the lyrics, the harmonies, all the singing was abundantly better. I thought it made a huge difference. It was incredibly noticeable. On Here Comes Sunshine, John sang in his natural voice damn near the whole song. And you know, he had that vocal cord surgery, so he's got that little piece of range that's absent. And you could tell when he was straining against it during certain spots in Here Comes Sunshine, but I'd much rather hear him straining against that piece of his voice than just go way up, where to me it's just awkward. And so anyway, I thought his vocals on it were tremendous. I think all night long he stayed away from the falsetto, and I think the entire sound improved because of it. So anyway, my 2 cents, you know, probably not even worth that to a lot of you, so who cares? I'm a fucking hack with a YouTube channel, just my opinion. We get Black Throated Wind comes next, one of my favorite Weir Barlow tunes. So that comes down the pike. It's delivered beautifully. Weir's in good form tonight. You get Cold Rain and Snow, a little bit like, you know, there's a little bit, this is kind of moving up and down tonight. We're making love easy in the first set. This is kind of matching the personalities of people on the West Coast. Very passive-aggressive evening. We're spending a lot of time being incredibly passive, but when we get aggressive, they were killing it. So Peggy-O next, we're getting passive again, but you know, Peggy-O's fine. Saturday night, I gotta say I love Saturday night closing the first set, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm older than I used to be, and if there's going to be a party tonight, it's going to have to happen while I'm at the show, because once it's over, my ass is going to bed. Singing, there's going to be a party tonight at the Encore, for me, just no longer holds. It's totally not true. There's not going to be a party. I'm going to fucking sleep. So having that as a first set closer, I thought was perfect, because for me, the show is the party, and that just makes me excited to get things moving in the second set. And anyway, boy, get things moving they did, because they open up with Dark Star. Listen, this one, we're tipping the hat. We're having flashbacks of Oregon 8/27/72. I'm waiting for the dude in the headband to climb up the pole naked at this point. This is a Dark Star El Paso. You get a little flashback to one of everybody's favorite shows, 8/27/72. That's what Mayer was talking about in his Instagram post. His request was answered with that El Paso. Outstanding, back into the Dark Star. really, the jams throughout, just thick and full of substance, if you ask me. Then the next segment that you get, listen, this is like City Field, night 2 without the mistakes. This is the do-over. The beautiful thing about life in Grateful Dead land is there's typically another time to try it again and get it right. And get it right, boy, they did. The little bit sloppy, we loved it, but little bit sloppy night 2 at City, they cleaned that shit up. You got the Stephen William Tell 11. Shit was hot, shit was clean. Transitions happened just like they were supposed to happen and probably were intended to happen in the Big Apple. Maybe fell apart a little bit in New York, but they were tight tonight. They got through it just fine. Drums was a lot of fun. You know, it seemed like they were eager to get to the do. The space was extremely brief. And then they just, you know, the first notes of the do for me, that's just really something comes over my entire physiology when I hear those first notes. It really, I've said it before, if my soul was a song, it's the morning dew. Here's your piece of musical history, and some people get upset because I talk a lot about the 80s when I was seeing a ton of shows. But you know, in the 87 and 88, Garcia's voice went through some changes. A lot of 88 and some of 87. So when he sang, it sounded like he had a mouthful of cheeseburgers or something. I just had this really deep thing happening. And in 89, it turned to sugar somehow. I don't know if it was effort or if it was just an angel touched him while he slept. But listen to 4:13:88. You only have to listen to the first verse. Listen to the first verse of the do from 4:13:88. And then go 1 year and listen to the first line of the do from 4:15:89. And see what happened to Garcia's voice in the course of 1 year. I mean, boy, it sweetened up something severe. It's magical to do that comparison. You only have to listen to the first verse. Anyway, the do, outstanding on the do. Weir was, it's Garcia's tune, man. We know that this is on loan from Garcia. He really, that for me was always the one that kept me traveling around the world for a number of years, making sure I wouldn't miss that. But Weir did a great job on it. The solos throughout that were amazing. This is a band having a good time. I mean, Mayer during the solos on the end of that one, I mean, motherfucker was talking about, you looked at his face, he was mouthing it. He was mouthing along with his solos. He was deep in it. I think it brought all of us deep in it. I mean, that dude was just stronger than an acre of garlic, make you cry like you're cutting onions. That was a good time. I really felt like I was cleansed after that one got done. You know, there's some things I was thinking about during that. And one of the things, if I could take anyone in the Dead out for lunch, in Dead and Company, it'd be Mickey. And I'd take him for sushi just because I'd love to see him play with sticks again. When I'm listening to the end parts of that do, and Mickey was a little up, but oh, man, do I miss the sound of him coming hard across the toms to... he would just put the nail in the coffin on that one, boy. That one would just put everything that didn't belong in your life to rest. Mickey would come across the toms during that, put the nail in the coffin of doubt and fears, and send you on your way, realizing it didn't matter anyway. Anyway, I guess I got a little lost there, but the do was amazing. I thought it was great. They dropped the Love Light, not a tune that's been in this rotation a lot. Back in my touring days, we got them every third or fourth night. You don't get a whole lot of them with Dead and Company, and Love Light was great. This night was just a good one from front to end. The second set, this one will be remembered and talked to. This one's in the conversation of hot nights for a long time. I don't play the whole best evers and shit like that. Let other people do that shit. But this one is going to be in the conversation of hot ones for the summer, no doubt. This one will stand the test of time. You get Broke Down as your encore. Listen, during Broke Down, broke down just the spaces in between the notes had the emotion there. They were full of the emotion. It translated. It came across like that from my view, and it totally came across. And it seemed even the magic was in the air. It even seemed like Mayer's voice, that little piece of it that he doesn't have, seemed like it almost came back during Broke Down. I mean, really a fine job singing that one. Really little to no falsetto from him all night, and really the harmonies, the vocals, everything benefited from that tenfold. I thought it was an outstanding night. Absolutely love this one. Probably won't be reporting right after Shoreline shows. Those things happen during the week. I'll do my best. I might. You never know. It's hard for me to sleep when Dead & Company's playing. When there's live music, it's hard for me to sleep. So I'm going to be there anyway. Tonight was a roaster. Listen, you get rid of the guy with the headband and put a couple cute hippie chicks up front. That's what happens. Shit was hot tonight. Loved it. Love you long time. See you soon.